Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe. Still sick, trying to get over this cold. You know how Jerry Springer has his final thoughts? Well, that's what we got here. Something like that. We got It's Just Joe's final thoughts or something. I was watching a video the other day, man. And there's this topic. It's, I'm totally against it. Let's just go on the record first for that. Totally against this whole idea. Okay? It's called post-abortion. Post-birth abortion. Okay? It's a disgusting, sick, to even consider it it shows you how stupid you actually are. They went around and went to some college campus with a petition and asked, I think like 60% of the kids they asked actually agreed and said that, they would vote to put in place post-birth abortion. I mean, unless these people are evil, maniacal people, then they're just dumb. And they don't know what post means when you put it before a word. Okay? It means you're killing babies after they're born or after they're out of the womb. Killing babies that are breathing on their own. So now they're no longer inside of their mother. I mean, I believe from the moment of conception that it is a living, breathing soul. Has a soul, has God created that individual being. It's its own person, okay? It just happens to not be developed enough yet to be living on its own, but it is its own individual. That's what I believe. Okay, but you have all these people in, all these politicians and all these evil, satanic, Luciferian people that, A, are looking to make money off this. B, that amount of shedding of innocent blood has to be good for some type of ritual. You know what I mean? My belief is that all these abortion clinics, are either underneath of them is some kind of, satanic temple or something, or they're feeding some kind of creature. When I say creature, I don't just mean some, wild, spiritual, werewolf type thing. I just mean, I call it a creature if it's going to eat or drink blood of an innocent baby, okay? That's what I call creature. So, now back to what I was saying. So, in this video, you have this woman who is obviously some type of legal representation of Planned Parenthood Incorporated or whatever it is. Now, you have her in front of a council of like 4 chairmen of some type of board or city council or something along those lines. So you have them there, okay? And she's asking them to rewrite the legal language that this is written in, so they are not held accountable or responsible for this decision. Because their point and where they legally stand is they want to leave it up to the acting physician and the actual mother. So here's the scenario. A normal woman with nothing the matter with her pregnancy comes in and decides that she wants an abortion, okay? At whatever the legal, right now, however many weeks is legal to terminate a pregnancy in whatever state you're in, before that point. So, everything's above board legal, so she comes in for an abortion. They do an abortion, it becomes a botched abortion, and the fetus is removed and is still alive, barely. It needs medical attention because they just tried cutting it up to remove it. So the baby's breathing on its own. It's outside of the womb. Okay, in most states like New York State, now that's considered murder if you kill that infant, child, or baby outside the womb. So they want to leave it up to the parent and the physician to decide if they continue the termination or transport it to a medical facility to save the baby. So, basically, if you kill it while it's inside the mother, it's, all green light, no legal problems. If it comes outside of that womb and it's still alive, now you're fighting all these, because now that infant and that child is protected by civil rights and, just having human rights, in our society. So they want to be removed of that, and they want the language very clear that they are not responsible for providing extended life. Brain just fell out. Extended emergency life care or whatever to keep it alive, and they're not responsible for taking this infant to a hospital to be saved. Now, think of this scenario. You got a mother that went there and paid for an abortion. She doesn't want the kid, obviously. You have a doctor that's getting paid to kill a child in a womb, right? They're on Planned Parenthood property, inside of a closed door in Planned Parenthood. The doctor's being paid to kill, murder, whatever, this baby. You really think that they are going to, unless this doctor has strict morals and, has some type of belief system, nobody's going to say nothing. It's going to be hush-hush. They're going to not even tell the mother that the baby was alive. They're going to kill the baby, get paid for it, and dispose of the parts however they do. We know they sell them, okay? Or procreate, or whatever they call them, with that one lady that said that, she actually took a pair of scissors and cut through an infant's skull with a pair of scissors, because, the skulls are so, actually the face and the skull, because their skin and the bones are so soft. She said it was the most horrible thing she ever had to do. Well, guess what, lady? You didn't have to do it, okay? You didn't have to cut that baby's face. You could have said, I ain't doing this, and I'm walking out. Because from her own mouth, she was just hired to take blood. She was whatever you call a phlebotomologist, whatever the hell it is, that you actually take your degree or whatever it is basically you just draw blood and take it. That's it. So, I would have said, listen, cutting babies' faces that are still alive are not in my job description. Thank you very much. And, I'm going to pray for you and pray for whoever else, there's even talk, okay? I don't even want to talk about this because, not a lot of people look into it, but there's even talk about termination of abortions up to 30 days after birth. Did you hear what I said? 30 days after it's born. What is this, Best Buy? Walmart? You buy it, you got 30 days to take it back? I mean, if you don't see where our world is coming to by even that being spoken of, forget about being considered. Just speaking about that out loud should show you where we are in society. I mean, a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man by just thinking it, okay? And still having all the packaging of a man, but he's really a woman. And he can go anywhere he wants. Any shower, any bathroom, no restrictions, just by the whim. Gender now is a feeling. Gender is an emotion. It has nothing to do with anatomy, body parts, actual having what you have. None of that matters. It's a feeling. Ooh, I feel like a woman. Ooh, I feel like a man. Okay? We live in a society where a man, front page news, a man, a grown-ass man, 48 years old, I forget where he lived, okay? He has 2 children. One was like 16, the other one was like 9. He has a wife, he's been married for 30-some years, okay? All of a sudden, without any any prior knowledge of this to his family meeting, he decides and tells his wife and his children that he wants to live the rest of his life as a 6-year-old girl, dressing as a 6-year-old girl. A 300-pound man dressing in, like some Shirley Temple type stuff, okay? Dressing like Shirley Temple, and tells his wife that, and finds a family that will allow him to live there as a 6-year-old girl and treat him like a 6-year-old girl. So he found this old couple that obviously, there's something matter with them too, found this old couple that wants to have a 6-year-old girl around and is now going to settle for a 300-pound man in a Shirley Temple dress with a lollipop, skipping around with hairy legs and a hairy chest and a beard. Okay? You know what I mean? I mean, that is the society we live. And guess who sucked that right up? LGBT. And with this other new letter that they've added to it. I don't even know. I haven't been keeping up on it. But there's another letter they added to their whole thing. It's LGBTQ something. I don't know what it is. But they did it. And they use that as a little poster boy for their transgender movement. Not to mention that, 70 to 80% of all people that are transgender have attempted or will attempt suicide on a 50% basis. So half of all the people that qualify in the transgender category, with or without the surgery, will or have already attempted suicide. The ones that do the surgery, okay, that percentage goes up to between 70 and 80%. So it's not fixing anything. These people get the surgery, okay, and they think it's going to make them feel better. They think they're going to have some life-changing event that, I felt like a woman my whole life. So I go snip, snip, and now I don't feel the relief that I wanted to feel. And now I just paid to have my body mutilated, and I can't go back. Okay? That's the society we live in, where this is normal. This is normal coffee table talk, okay? You're sitting with a friend having coffee, and this is what it gets spoken of over the table. I mean, it's really sad. It's really sad. You can't go in school and you can't sit down and pray, okay, in the morning before you leave homeroom. And you sure can't pray out loud. Now, but what you can do is you can have an after-school Satan class. They have them. The Temple of Set has come in to multiple schools and have an after-school satanic worship class where they teach children about Satan and about joining the Temple of Set and what they do and what how their whole operation works. Okay, that's what they do. That's normal. Our world is pretty, it's like that rainbow, ice cream thing. There's no right and there's no wrong. There's only what flavor ice cream you like. It's not you like vanilla or chocolate. It's I like vanilla, I like strawberry. There's no wrong answer. There's no right and there's no wrong. And pretty soon it's going to be just like it says. Wrong is going to be considered right, and right is going to be considered wrong. And guess what, guys and ladies? We're going to live to see it. We're going to be around to see this. And our children, I'm 31 going on 32 years old. I don't have any kids. But a lot of people my age have children. The children that my generation produces, okay, are going to face things that you and me have no idea how to deal with or combat against at all. They're going to be hit with types of peer pressure and types of scenarios and situations. And come on, man, when you were 12 years old and you were in your room, maybe playing Super Nintendo or having some friends over and playing Monopoly or Operation or Jenga or something, right? You're playing some kind of game like that. Well, you're 12 years old. These kids are 12 years old now in their rooms, and all of them have smartphones that you can do anything on, okay? Anything. You could be talking to somebody in China, okay, on the video phone, doing God knows what, and they're going to meet, and this guy, collects body parts or kidnaps kids, or what, you know what I'm saying? The possibilities are endless. I mean, they have these phones that do anything. I mean, yes, it's a great, don't get me wrong, phones, it's a great opportunity, because if it's used the right way, it's a tool that could, help you through life, school, anything. I mean, you can get the answers for anything. You can learn anything. YouTube is great because it shows people all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? If it's used properly. If it's used not properly, you're going to come across all kinds of sick and twisted and horrible things. But you got to take the good with the bad. But I'm just saying, when we were 12 years old, we didn't have that. You know what I mean? We didn't have that, which didn't associate that risk with us. When we were in our rooms, okay, our parents could rest easy because, generally speaking, we were safe. Unless we snuck out of the house, we were generally safe. But it's not like that anymore, okay? I mean, there's technology where your kid could be texting somebody, okay? And because that person has the phone number, they can track the GPS location of that phone, drive in front of where your kid is, and then say to whoever they're talking to, hey, Cindy, I'm outside. You want to hop in my van and we can go go out and party. I'll get you in a club, whatever. And these kids jump out of the window and they go out and then they're never seen again. I mean, that's what we live in. I mean, we need to prepare our children so much that they know everything, and you can't even do that because there's so much, and each day more and more things get developed, and more technologies are made, and more threats are made. But all we can do is keep them aware and say, listen, everybody's not your friend. There are people that are out to hurt you. There are people that are out to get you. There are people that are out to get you just because you're a Christian. Okay, all these people want to shelter their kids. Stop sheltering your kid. You're blindfolding them and you're sending them out into school and out in the world and out in all these scenarios. Don't do it. Make your kid aware. Make your kid aware. Let your kid know what the deal is and what the situation is and what they need to look out for. And we can protect them more. They'll never be 100% safe. Never. Homeschool your kid. You want them to be safe. Homeschool your kid. Quit your job. Find some job online. Take less pay. Don't put money over your kids. God over money. Remember that. God over money. Well, I'm where I gotta be right now, so I'll talk to you guys for the ride back. All right? Thanks for listening. This is real stuff.